Planet Dolan.
From having a food fight in a supermarket to holding a sibling underwater, the Planet Dolan crew reenacts some of the best true stories from our subreddit about the brattiest things we've seen kids do. I'm Hellbent, and today I'll be your narrator. It's 101 degrees out right now. In the next 15 minutes, it'll be 101 degrees inside here. I don't record these in 15 minutes. Pray for me.
Hey guys, Planet Dolan has just released a new line of merchandise. Make sure to check it out in the link below.
Number 10 was submitted by Awsometorchicman. Zaragamba was walking around the toy section of Walmart one day when he came across a family of 4. They had a 6-year-old boy who was throwing a huge tantrum because they wouldn't buy him a toy he wanted. The boy got so upset that he started to throw things off the shelves and run around crying. This continued on, and after a while, the boy dropped his pants and continued to run around. Zaragamba just walked away, although he was laughing on the inside. Number 9 was submitted by Lizard Boy the Nerd. One time, Soup and his family went to a grocery store to buy some fruit. As soon as they walked in, they saw a bunch of 6-year-olds having a food fight with the produce. There were watermelons, pumpkins, raspberries, strawberries, apples, and oranges all over. It was a huge mess. Their parents didn't seem to care from what Soup and his family could tell. All they did was continue on with their shopping as though nothing was happening at all. But then the police got called to the store where they arrested the parents for disturbing the peace. Then after they were arrested, they were also forced to pay for all the produce and display cases that their children had damaged. All there in the store while they were being arrested. That happened. Turns out it was an illegal smuggling ring for pineapples. It was all a scam from the start. They were set up from the moment they walked in. Number 8 was submitted by Monferno16. When Ghost Toast and his stepbrothers went to a restaurant to get some tacos, they saw a little kid who wanted a drink. But not just any drink. He was pointing to an alcoholic drink. So his mother said that he couldn't have one until he was old enough. But that's when the kid told her that he was going to poop his pants until she gave him that drink. At first, Ghost Toast thought that the kid was joking until he took a huge dump in front of everyone. But the kid didn't stop there. He grabbed the shit and threw it at his mom and the cashier. It was a horrible thing to see. A little brat flinging his own shit at people he didn't know, not to mention his own mother. That was when Ghost Toast and his stepbrothers decided to leave. They never went back to that restaurant. What, did the kid own the place? Number 7 was submitted by Wing679. Mimi went to K-Mart on Black Friday one time. She was browsing the aisles when she saw a girl with her mom. The girl was asking her mom if she could buy her a horror movie, but her mom said that she wouldn't because she was too young to watch it. She kept begging her mom for it, but the mom kept refusing. That was when the little girl began to throw a tantrum, throwing the movie on the floor before pushing other movies off the shelves while screaming. Then one of the employees came over and told the girl to just calm down. The girl screamed, "Shut up, you fucker!" Then her mom yelled at her, telling her that wasn't very nice. The girl said, "Shut up, you ugly whore!" After she said that, her mom grabbed her by the hair and dragged her out of the store. Number 6 was submitted by lunademise. Ramona was with her friends at the mall, shopping in one of the clothing stores. Just then, a snobby 12-year-old girl walked in with her mother. While Ramona and her friends were looking at shirts and jeans, they overheard the girl's mother suggest some clothing for her. The brat was quick to shut her down by saying things like, "No! That is something people like them would wear!" By them, she meant the other shoppers. Her mother persisted by showing her another piece of clothing, but the bratty girl grabbed it from her and threw it on the floor before stomping on it. After stomping on the clothing like an idiot, she slapped her mother across the face. One of Ramona's friends had enough and took the girl outside before putting a reassuring hand on the mother's shoulders. After a few minutes, Ramona came back into the store with the girl, who was crying. While crying, the girl picked up every item she threw on the floor. Number 5 was submitted by Lizzie1234. One time, Spences, her brother, and 3 of her friends were playing at the lake. Her brother was standing on the dock while Spensis was in the water holding on to the dock because she couldn't swim. When she made a joke about her brother, he suddenly jumped in the water and held her down by her shoulders. Spensis began to freak out because she was afraid of the water and she was desperately trying to push his hands off her, but he was too strong. Their friends were screaming at him to stop. One of their friends eventually pulled Spensis' brother off her and she was lifted above the water. She was wheezing and crying, having been held underwater for about 30 seconds. When she told their parents, their dad yelled at her brother and Spensis never went into that lake again. Because it's the lake's fault that happened, not your dickhole brother. Did you see your dickhole brother at Thanksgiving ever again? Number 4 was submitted by Silver Shadow Queen 57. The brattiest kid Tolop ever saw was when she went to a McDonald's after work one day. While waiting for her order, Tolop saw a young mother come into the restaurant with her son, who looked to be about 5 years old. He was fussing about something, and Tolop could tell that his mom was losing her patience with him. She asked him if he wanted a smoothie, but instead of answering her, the kid kept whining and crying. Tolop watched while the kid's mother ordered at the counter. From out of the corner of her eye, Tolop watched the kid as he unzipped his jeans and peed all over the floor. His mom whipped around and stopped him from making an even bigger mess, but then the kid began to whine about not getting his smoothie. The manager came out and mopped the floor while the kid's mom apologized for what her son did. She ended up taking her kid out of McDonald's while he was screaming about not getting what he wanted. Number 3 was submitted by Zach Gaming 568. Dolan went to a party where he met up with a few of his friends, one of whom brought along her bratty 6-year-old brother. Her brother would demand that Dolan and everybody else bring him food and drinks. If nobody listened, he would slap them as hard as he could. At one point during the party, Dolan didn't listen to him, so he slapped Dolan hard across the face and shouted, "Fuck you!" When his friends' parents noticed the red marks on their faces, they told him everything. His friend's little brother ended up getting grounded for a month, but Dolan still never went back to that house. Because it's the house's fault. Wait, actually they lived there, that makes sense. Number 2 was submitted by Dead Warrior 062. Derek and his family went to Walmart one time to do a little shopping. When they got to the toy section, Derek's little brother picked up a lightsaber and begged his parents to buy it for him. As soon as they said no, he started to beat Derek with the lightsaber. Then he threw himself down and began to headbutt the floor. If anyone tried to help him up, he would hit them. Their dad got so pissed after a while that he picked him up and smacked him. Derek's brother immediately stopped his tantrum and didn't misbehave for the rest of the day. Number 1 was submitted by Starbucks Addict 1992. Froggy's half-brother was the brattiest kid she ever saw. He would pull knives on her, call her names in foreign languages, and even turn their father against her. One of the worst things he ever did was when he painted his name all over their bathroom with her nail polish. She politely said,
"Please clean that up,"
before showing him where the nail polish remover was and leaving him alone to clean it up. The next morning, their dad decided to use their bathroom instead of his because he didn't want to wake their stepmother. It turned out that Froggy's brother didn't clean up the mess, making their father wake Froggy up to scold her. She told him that her brother did it, but he didn't believe her because her brother had lied to him. Wow, what a bunch of assholes. Huge thanks for the folks over on our Planet Dolan subreddit for submitting their stories. We have another question for you. What's the craziest reason you ended a relationship? Let us know on the Reddit page linked below and you might be featured in a future countdown. This video was made possible by our fans over on Patreon. Thanks for your support, guys. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.